Bismillah, as-salatu as-salam wa Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Alhamdulillah, here I am again with Abdul Wali. Alhamdulillah, may Allah reward him and bless him, especially during Ramadan, mashallah, for his incredible work for the youth. Today, he's asked me to talk about why the youth should be joining Uplift Dawah. And Alhamdulillah, there's a million things I can say, and we'll talk about what I can imagine off the top of my head. Basically, in short, you really want to start your dawah life as soon as you can. You don't have any time to waste, really. Dawah has, number one, the consequences of reward that you can't imagine what you're missing with, all the time that you're not starting. Also, dawah takes time to learn. It's not something you're just going to jump in and then all of a sudden be able to do on your own. We take a lot of time, right, to coach people and to train them and to have them get experienced and to let them witness however many conversations as possible and to be a part of them working them into learning how to talk to people that they've just met for the first time. And also we do our dawah trainings, right? And alhamdulillah, there's a lot of dawah trainings that we provide, and there's a lot of information to retain because dawah is so dynamic. Why? Because people are dynamic, right? One of the most, or the most unpredictable thing on earth is what? It's human beings. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us all different, as He said, so that we can get to know each other. Alhamdulillah, in different nations and tribes. So doing dawah is also fulfilling what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has informed us in the Quran, to get to know each other. So getting into dawah is going to broaden skills that you have locked inside of you that you don't even know are there. In the very beginning, when I started giving dawah, I started as soon as I became Muslim, really. My mission was to obviously save the people I grew up with, and it was interesting. I got a bag, and I bought each and every single one of them their own copy of the illustrated guide to Islam, got them their own version, English copy of the Quran. I wrote their name individually on each of their little packets that I made for them, and I delivered, alhamdulillah, and I went with a big bag, like a big plastic bag full of their packages, subhanAllah. But ultimately, right, it's going to take a lot of practice and time and experience and conversations and debates to go back and forth to realize the mistakes you have yet to make. I've given dawah to my family, I've given dawah to all my friends, and I continue to do so. But through that, you're going to make a lot of mistakes, and you don't have time to waste making these mistakes. Dawah is going to extend not just to people you're meeting in the streets, it's also going to extend to your own family, right? You might have some non-Muslims in your family, I don't know. Or, you might have Muslims, but they really have no attachment, no understanding, no concern of the deen at all in their life. So really, what's the difference between them and being non-Muslim, right? To simply say, La ilaha illallah, right? What will that actually do for them, right? SubhanAllah, may Allah protect us and may Allah guide us. So you have a lot of dawah to give, to start with your own family, right? And you're going to go down long roads because, you're just not prepared yet to approach them in the way of wisdom that the Prophet ﷺ has taught us. You don't have the experience and the training yet to know how to actually deal with people that are close to you as opposed to people that are distant from you, that just met you. You have to start getting in tune with how do you do dawah at work. It can't be at the same level as when you first meet somebody in the streets. You have a few minutes, so you have to give them the whole package within a few minutes, or maybe 30, maybe an hour, depends on their timetable, right? Dawah is predicated upon the time people are willing to lend you. It's not on your time, right? We're here knocking, always. We're seeking, we're pushing, we're looking for any opening we can get to deliver the message of Islam to these people. Because why? We understand that they just don't realize what they're missing out on. They don't understand the real circumstance that they're in. And to reach them is the hardest work on earth. This is why we are the ones who are continuing the work of the prophets. So you have no time to waste in beginning your dawah career, your dawah life. It has to begin now. And this is going to be the greatest aspect and part of your life that you're going to have. It's going to open up all these other doors now, right? To basically getting engaged with the community activities and being a part of the solution for the biggest ills and troubles and harms and deficits that your friends are going to face in their lives and that they're facing in their lives, and the harshest things that are going to hurt their lives. You're going to be a part of the solutions team, right? And alhamdulillah, there's no greater steps to take for the sake of Allah, right? To be one person alone standing against the world with Allah on your side is greater than standing with every last human being left on earth to go fight a battle against one man. Wallahi, I'll take Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala over every human on earth every day of the week. La ilaha illallah.
Allahu Akbar.
How can you lose? Right? So join Allah's team now as a youth and give Allah the best years of your life. Think about it. Who do you think Allah is going to cherish and reward more? The youth who's sacrificing, right? The biggest time of his life that the shaitan is calling him? Or when you're 50, 60 years old, 70 years old, you turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and say, oh Allah, I'm going to give you the last year. Here it is for you. Think about it. What has that person lost? You can never go back and sacrifice. I'll tell you a quick example, subhanAllah. You had the Muhajirin, and they left Mecca, right? Why? To preserve their religion, to join the Ansar in Medina. And they went through a spiritual development that was unmatched, that nobody else could possibly now get that time period with the Prophet ﷺ, right? So then when they returned finally to Mecca, right, the conquest of Mecca, what happened for the people, the Muslims that stayed behind and they didn't join? They saw it upon entry. They saw the nur, they saw the level, they saw what these Muslims, the Muhajirin, had achieved, and they realized, now we can never get that back. We've lost the most valuable time, we lost the most valuable opportunity, and we can never get it back. And they went into just, that's it, losing their minds, getting angry, beating people, and that was it. It was too late. Nothing you can do now. It's not going to fix the situation. So, you have your youth at this time, right now. If you hand it over to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at this point, you're going to have the tarbiyah. You're going to be the ones to develop. You're going to be the ones who are going to be able to lead now in the future, right? All of the different aspects that need leadership, right? You're going to be at the head of all the solutions that are going to get the most rewards, guys. Are you really going to trade that so that you can be a gangster, man? Seriously? That Allah is only going to punish as soon as He takes their souls? Think about that. Which one do you really want? What's that gangster life going to offer you anyway? Right? Think about that. Even in this life, what are you going to get? Right? You're going to get some, women looking at you, and you're going to get some respect from guys that don't have any futures. They really don't have any futures. These guys, these gangsters, man, they all break down. Let me tell you, I've done my share. At the end of the day, they all break down, all right? And these guys just want to be able to survive at the end of their run, They get older, man. Life is much harder to continue living that lifestyle of dollar to dollar, wondering how are you going to make it, and you don't have Allah to depend on for those dollars. You're depending on some other crook or some other guy that doesn't care about your life, right? He'd rather get high that night than come and actually save your life and take a trip across town to do it. You understand? These are the people you're letting mentor you and misguide you, rather than Allah who loves you. The Prophet ﷺ once was with his companions, and he pointed out a mother breastfeeding her child. He said to them, do you think that mother could ever throw her child into the hellfire? And the companions said, no way, it's impossible. And the Prophet ﷺ said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves his slaves 70 times more than that mother loves her child. So now think about it. Do you think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could ever throw one of his du'ats, one of his youth that sacrificed it all, said, you know what, I'm going to leave the shaitan, I'm done with him, and I'm going to follow Allah? What do you think Allah has in store for you, not just in the hereafter, but this life? Guys, the mu'mins are going to struggle. We're going to go through test after test after test. But our reward is unmatched, guys. I'm telling you firsthand, alhamdulillah. What I have in my life as a result of not going the wrong direction is nothing I would ever trade. For all of those street credits and fames and all those things to be popular and famous and all that nonsense, I wouldn't trade the fact that for 20 years I haven't drank even a drop of alcohol. I haven't smoked a single cigarette in 20 years. Wallahi. Not a single joint, none of that nonsense. And I'm so grateful that that stuff's not in my body, right? I'm happy about that. Like, I'm so pleased with that status. You know what I'm saying? I don't miss any of that nonsense that used to really just be a destructive force in my life. Why did I need any of that? What benefit would it really bring? Did it help me operate? I'm in the real world now, right? I get to do professional things. I get to run my own company. I get to, have ventures and, deal with some real businessmen. I have my own mentor as well, developing me, helping me get better, right? Alhamdulillah, he's a master businessman. And I've had other mentors prior to him, but this was all once I became Muslim. You see what I'm saying? Just people that were beyond my scope that I thought I would ever meet in my life are now an integral part of my life, right? One of my partners, subhanAllah, Muhammad, subhanAllah, he's similar to me, right? He's from Atlanta, alhamdulillah, African-American brother, and just, played football in college, and he ended up getting injured, and, ultimately he came into Islam really early in his life, alhamdulillah. And, we met each other in New Orleans, and contractors, young Muslim brothers just trying to make it in this world. SubhanAllah, this brother now, he's only 32 years old. And, he has over $1 million, this guy, in his bank. Sitting cash, right? He doesn't make less than $10,000 a week. $10,000 a week is a bad week sometimes for him. You understand? And this is a brother that if you met him in the street, you would, you want to even think about it. You might try me, you might get surprised because I'm allowed to defend myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm just joking. You know what I'm saying? But you won't even think about it. You'd be like, let's go look for a Saied. I mean, that brother there. But to be honest, he didn't go the route of the shaitan though. You don't get those kinds of real statuses in this life, right? From professionals in their fields and homeowners and commercial clients, and you don't get to experience those things, guys, and get the respect of the peoples in the trades that you might venture into, real things that people will have a respect for across society. The board of society, they'll respect you, not people that, couldn't even graduate high school, man. Come on, those are the people you really want to die for to impress. Come on, man. Let's get real, guys. Let's wake up and let's understand that you have a life to live, man. You got kids. You can have kids, man. Kids. You have to have children, right? Inshallah, many kids, right? Prophet ﷺ told us to have many kids so we can increase our ummah, right? So they'll be large and huge and vast on the day of judgment, right? Let's make the Prophet ﷺ proud of us so that when we report back, right? SubhanAllah, he'll be aiming towards you with the kawthar, right? So he can make sure you'll never be thirsty again. You and all of your children and their grandkids and a huge lineage. You understand? That's the people I want to impress. I want to impress the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I want him to see what did I work for behind his work. What did I embrace? Because we love him more than we love ourselves, right? Sallallahu alaihi wasallam, don't we? But let's prove that. Let's make it true. Let's impress Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's make Allah pleased with us. Let's show Allah who He created, right? As if He doesn't know. But let's prove our iman. by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's prove ourselves that when He enters us into Jannah, that there was a reason for that. Right? Ultimately, His mercy is the reason for that. But we have one chance to say, oh Allah, thank you. Thank you for creating us and giving us an opportunity we can never deserve. We're grateful and supporting us and being there for us and developing us and growing us and helping us through every detail of every inch of all of our struggle. Allah is there, guys. But you have to access Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have to hold onto the rope of Allah, right? So I pray that you guys are going to make your strides to the straight path. And you're going to leave behind these people that can't help you once you're dead. Even if they love you in this world. I'm not saying there's no love. I'm not going to be blind to, what the world is. But in reality, they can't help you. They can't benefit you. Once you're behind bars, they got nothing for you, man. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, once you're in your grave, they definitely don't have anything for you. So care for your own life more than anybody else by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and go to Allah and be a champion in your life, right? Nobody needs to be a loser. There's not a need for a single Muslim to lose. Wallahi. We can all win. There's enough risk for every last one of us. And Allah is Ar-Razaq. Jazakallah khair. May Allah guide us and protect us in Ramadan Mubarak. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.